Record-ology.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, today we're going to take a look at this. This is the Retekess V115 radio, and it's so much more than a radio. Small box, by the way. I mean, my hand compared to this is a very small device here, or a small box. We've got a USB cord, shows the connections on the side. We'll look at all of that. On the back, it's AM, FM, and shortwave. Not as many stations out there on shortwave as there used to be, but still out there. It does have the MP3 capability, which I'm really excited about because I still listen to MP3s, actually, a lot of them. I'll explain that in a minute. It's got an automatic or manual saving radio stations mode, so memory for that. And yeah, it shows a couple different things in it. Line input, recording capability. It's got a rechargeable battery. That's so cool. I love how companies are doing that. And what's really cool is this one is a user serviceable battery. What do I mean by that? It means that you can take the battery out and replace it when it eventually goes bad. So again, line input capability, shortwave, TF card, which is a micro SD, record capabilities. Looks really cool. So without further ado, let us unbox it. Small cardboard box, retail packaging. And when you hear retail packaging, that just means that it's got artwork printed on the sides, which may not seem like a significant thing. It's like, who cares? But it's actually interesting because it costs the company money to do this, and they do it with the intention of selling this in a retail location where, you know, somebody's impulse buying this or looking at the specifications by looking at the box. And in a lot of cases, products sell themselves, and companies expect the products to sell themselves based on what's printed on the box. For products that aren't sold in a retail environment, oftentimes the boxes are completely plain. There's no reason. If you buy this online and it's not, like, say, certain products that are only available online, there's no reason to put, any artwork and put the expense of printing this outside if you're just going to be buying it online and receiving it. Okay, USB cable. Got our owner's manual right here. And then no plastic wrap or anything, just the device itself. It is very compact, like I said before. And this is really cool. I think this is one of their more popular models, actually. Taking a look at it here. Really cool. I like the design of it. The orange words printed on there. The speaker grill. It's plastic. I believe this is a backlit display. Around back here we have telescoping antenna. Goes out about 1.5 feet. On the back here is our battery compartment. So this is cool. It's a user serviceable battery. And a lot of people refer to this as like a cell phone battery, but it's 1,000 milliamp, 3.7 volt lithium ion. And it's going to be, this will last quite a while. And then eventually, these are very, very easy to find online. So in the event you need to replace it, you can do so. Now look back here. This is cool. Mega base. I wonder if that's like a passive radiator. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's in there. I don't know. Maybe once we get it fired up, we'll be able to tell. And then on the side, here's where all the connections and everything. So we've got the USB to charge it, the TF card slot. So I'm going to go ahead right now and put in my TF card, or my micro USB, or micro SD. I always put these in backwards because I've got some content on there. I've got some old time radio shows, some Glenn Miller, of course, line input capability, and headphone jack. So the ability to record is really, really cool. Okay, so button-wise, we've got, looks like memory presets, transport controls, record button, delete, some basic file controls, the volume knob, or switch right there, the mode select, and a lock button. Hey, look, it's me. Hi. Kind of creepy. Okay, let us power it on. Not being one to read the manual, I have no idea. Let's see here. Maybe press and hold this. Oh, there's a power indicator. Okay, welcome screen, very cool. Goes right into AM radio. I guess we tune with the...
Gotcha.
Cool.
I'll take that back as 4 for me. It's
Set to full volume right out of the gate.
And who do you have to buy that through, Jeff?
Go ahead and press and hold to scan.
To his ribs. Was seen rubbing something on his ribs on the sidelines. Ball is right at the Raider 5-yard line.
Football. Let's go ahead and flip over to FM. Oh, cool. That went to the SD card. Before that. No. Stop. FM AM. Okay, so let's go to this here.
One night in February, I was at home in New York cleaning my...
Sound quality is impressive. For what it is, I mean, it's like a 1-inch
Your security to take care of yourself. Second down.
With an emergency food box. 800-210-8163.
You actually feel it resonate.
Again, that number is
bass.
800-210-8163. Please call right now.
I don't know if that's a passive
8163.
bass reflex
You can also
or what
donate
that
online at blesshispeople.org.
Really
That's
interesting.
www.
That's really cool. And then shortwave, let's flip it over to that. Daytime shortwave reception is very tricky these days. If you remember, I think it was actually these guys, we reviewed their little teeny tiny pocket radio. We had a hard time. They had that cool antenna extension, which I guess would work on this as well. But even with that at night, it was just like, and it's not the fault of the product. It was just that there's nothing out there. Well, there's stuff out there, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be. Yeah. I love the backlight. I love how it's like a, and that's representing pretty accurately on camera. It's like a, well, whatever that color is, kind of a mint, kind of a light blue. It's a little more green looking on camera than it is in real life, but pretty close. Got a battery indicator up there, channel indicator, mode indicator. Now let's go over to the SD card, because that's what I'm, okay, stop scanning. That is cool. So let's look at all the information we have here. We have the file type, MP3. We have the bit rate, 128 kilobits per second. We have the EQ, which is set right now to normal. And there are various different modes that you can pick on there. And it's showing that we are on the card. Let's see what else we got on here. Got some old Star Trek sounds. Sound effects, ambient sounds, White Christmas.
Wonderful.
I love listening to movie sounds. I love the not EQ, but the graphic display of the sound. That is really cool. I wonder if it's real or if it's like, I wonder if it's fake. These are sounds from White Christmas. Stuff. I love
those who've seen us.
What else do we got here? Come on. Skipping through. Got 185 files on here right now. Some Glenn Miller music. Can you guys tell I'm already in a Christmas mood here? Soundtrack from Grumpier Old Men, one of my favorite movies. Also just happens to have some great music. Really early Glenn Miller from his first band. By the way, speaking about Glenn Miller, today is the anniversary of his disappearance, December 15th, 1944. If you haven't learned about Glenn Miller and his disappearance and all of the efforts he made to the Allied war effort during World War II, do yourself a favor and look up Dennis Sprague's book, Glenn Miller Declassified. This is awesome. So let's go back to FM radio. FM radio. Do I press and hold? Oh, I just locked it. So these buttons are labeled. I was looking at this as the mode button, but this is the mode button. So I just locked it by pressing and holding that. So, okay, so let's test the recording capabilities. It says if you're in play mode, which we are now, we can long press record and it will allow us to record with a built-in microphone. I didn't even notice that at first, but there is a built-in mic. So let's test that out. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I am talking into the Retekess V115 device, about a foot and a half away from the device. And we are just testing the sound recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I am talking into the Reticus V115 device, about a foot and a half away from the device. And we are just testing the sound recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, okay, that's really
4.
interesting. So if you notice, first of all, the sound quality itself is good, but you'll notice it gets really loud sometimes. That's because it has an automatic gain control or input or inbound volume control. So when it's quiet, when I stop talking in between words, when I stop talking, which is pretty infrequent, unfortunately, for you guys. But seriously, when I stop talking, it thinks there's no sound, so it turns up the recording volume. And then when I talk, it's booming loud, and then it ratchets it back down. So the downside of that, the upside is you don't have to worry about setting levels. The downside is that you have to deal with variations in the volume of recorded material. Now, this also has a line input capability, so you can use this device to line input record from record players, from other devices. So there's a lot of possibilities of things you can do here, which is really, really cool. Now, let's go over to the radio and find something copyright free. Let's go to AM.
Or AudiBoulderService.com.
Just for the sake of it being talk radio, and let's try to record that.
Electric e-tron. Drive the future of electric
Pressing
with
and
Audi
holding
Flat Irons
record.
during the Season of Audi sales event. From the first model to the last,
Okay, that
a
doesn't
new
work.
experience awaits you at Audi Flat
Single
Irons or
press.
AudiFlatIrons.com.
We're here for the ones on the ranch with a
Okay, so maybe you can't record off the radio. Oh, wait.
brewing our
There we
morning
go.
cup of joe. The ones
It's now
fixing up
recording
our
off the
mountain
radio.
bikes. Ones with a small business and a big dream.
So press and hold
Ones running
record.
a cafe where there's no such thing as a tiny serving. Here's to the businesses that help us live our best. Brewing our morning cup of joe.
Now it's playing back the
The ones
recording.
fixing up our mountain bikes.
That is
Ones
cool.
with a small business.
Really cool. So yeah, in addition, you can preset radio stations. You can have a lot of fun with this. This is really a nice little device. It's all solid state, rechargeable battery. So I love the backlight, so you can use it at night. And unlike the little voice recorder that we reviewed recently, I've been trying to use that as like a nighttime MP3 player. Because like I said before, I listen to a lot of movie sounds and not talk radio as much, but like old time radio and stuff like that at night in bed, when I'm trying to fall asleep. So one of the things about that device is there's no physical buttons. It's little touch screen buttons which aren't backlit, whereas this has the ability to physically feel where the button is, and that is good because you can operate it in the dark. Plus you got a backlit screen with this as well. So anyway, that's going to do it for now. We'll keep this device, and use it in the future. I'm sure we'll come up with some cool stuff to do with it. I think it's a really neat product. The price is amazing. So I'll put a link in the description below if you want to purchase this. Your purchase will go to support the channel. And I thank you guys very much for being there. Oh yeah, one last thing. It has this really cool, you might be wondering, so you got a wrist strap on here, and what's this thing for? Well, if you stick this like that, all of a sudden you've got a little kickstand for it. So that's a really nice little feature. I think that's cool. These guys are doing some cool products, cool stuff. And we're going to be reviewing more products of theirs in the very near future. But again, that's going to do it for today, guys. Happy record hunting. We will see you tomorrow.